So, did it really just do that, bruh? So my stream just crashed. Okay. Let's take a look. Ableton properties. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. It just like said, "Nope, you're not having this." Okay, let's see. Maybe if I do this. Why? Properties mix one. How about if I just send this through mix? Oh, let's do this. External out. Properties mix 4. Okay, hopefully this does something. You guys can't hear this? Bloody hell. It's not coming through, is it? Bloody hell. Wait, you can hear that? Wait, you guys can hear this? Like, clearly. Really clear. Oh, bloody hell. Now I see what's going on. Okay, fine then. Alright, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. Alright. I'll play this. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, that bass is a hella loud. Guys, remember, there's a little link you guys can upload your tracks onto. It is this one over here. Feel encouraged to send your track or whatever, and we'll take a look at it together. We'll have a good time. You know, we've got a couple of different views over here that we can use. You know, there's this paint view. If paint is open, you know, we can go over like some details on bussing and all that crap. We can go over like Ableton, or we can just listen to your tracks just you know, as they are. You know, so we use the same Ableton skin. No, homie, we are not alike. Actually, you're right. Yeah, it is the same one. Because here's the thing. I have another theme that I tend to use, which is something to do with, yeah, this is the one I normally use. Because wow, okay, that's broken. But I use something that's a little bit like this, but for some reason it's acting a little broken, like everything's going black. But I use this one because what it allows me to do is if I have this channel selected, I can see that it's red, right? And this is the one that's selected. So I go with this. All right, let's take a look at this track, guys. Make sure you send your things over. Oh, by the way, if you're also here and you've got some ideas for like a video for me to take a look at, whether it's like, you know, I don't know, like a music production thing, or whether it's like you know, whatever it is, like a music production tutorial, a track you guys want me to take a look at. If it's one of your songs, that's even better. If it is one of your songs, please send it over inside of this link over here. I'm gonna be taking a listen to just Zale's track now. We're gonna have a good time. All right, let's take a look. All right, here we go.
Coming in at 2 o'clock.
He's in right sight. Rockets ready. Fire
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That ripped the speaker over here for some reason. There we go. I'm just gonna turn down your bass a little bit. If you're not dropping, you don't need that much bass. Thing is, this part wasn't all that. You didn't need so much bass for that. Maybe for the drums? bass needs a bit of saturation or something, man. Definitely, I would say like if you had like a little bit of warmth, like you have all of this, right? I get it, right? You have like these, let's turn down the gain a little bit just so that we don't die. You see what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to react to your track. I'm just going to go over this one and we're going to take a look at what you've got going, man. I am happy to take a look. But you see, if you added a bit of saturation to your bass, like these areas would be filled up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, even if we just like cut this out for a bit. You can hear that, can't you? So yeah, definitely do that. I think you'll have a good time. Oh, let's turn these off. It's cool though. I like it. Your bass hits hard. I like it too. You could really like have a little moment over here where you're not actually like totally still wide, where you can kind of be like, okay, well, how about if we had something like, you know, just kind of like, yeah, he's getting another mix down for sure. If that's the case, please send it back in when you can. But it's sounding pretty cool. Be careful when you're putting kicks and snares on top of each other. They tend to not really work well together. You know what I mean? Like, take a look at where you're going with that. Like, what's your intention? What are you doing? If it's a clap, then okay, it makes sense. A kick on top of a clap kind of makes sense, right? Like, because then you're not doing like, what you're doing is you're going ba, ba, or like ba, ba, and you're just like keeping this leg going pumping while you're ta, ha, 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 like that kind of claps on top of kicks makes sense. But yeah, okay, if personally, okay, if that's what you're going for, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. If that is a crunch type of thing you're going for, as long as it's intentional, that's good shit, man. I'm happy for you. It's almost a little contrarian. It's cool. Take a look at this artist called Aries. I think you might like him. Aries, Aries. He made like a bunch of tracks which you guys might like, which you might like. Take a look at his mixes. I think that's like the standards you want to appeal for. I think that's what you're going with. All right, let's take a look. I think we've got some more tracks to take a peek at. All right, we got next up. Thank you so much for pasting that, bro. That is really cool. Guys, this is just Zale's link. Check him out, It's good stuff. It might be able to keep up with his work if you guys want to see where that's gonna head out to, So we got Tay Shiesti. Is that who I think it is? How to write down lyrics. Absolutely, at some point. How long have I streamed for? 8:20. Alright. An hour, 20 minutes. Status Z. Yo, Mr. Status, are you Taden by any chance? I hope you are. Is this you? Oh, bless. Alright. Well, guys, just give me like a minute. I won't be long. Alright, just give me a minute. I'll be back and then we're gonna take a look at this one. It's gonna be, just in case, what I'm gonna do a little bit of a teaser for this one. just so we can hear before I, you know. Yeah, let's go. Okay, that's the thing. All right, Tay Shiesty. All right, bless. Tay Shiesty. I shall return very shortly. I won't be long, like 1 minute. I just need to grab another beer, cause you know, my one's not doing too well. It's dying. I just swallowed some of my own hair. Be right back. Alrighty, folks, we have returned. I hope everyone's having a lovely evening. So I'm just gonna put on my headphones and we'll take a look. I don't have an engineer or anyone to mix my tracks, by the way. I'm kind of just learning myself. Well, you know what, homie? You don't have a friggin' engineer? Well, guess what? You know what? That's okay. It's okay. Just make your songs. They're gonna get normalized anyways. I mean, sure, engineers will have an advantage, but in all honesty, like, as long as you make them sound good, just listen, do mixing and mastering, I think you'll have a good time. Welcome to the people who have just joined the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a lovely evening tonight. Today we're gonna be taking a look right over here at a couple of tracks that you guys have sent over, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send the thing over, that little link, so that if you guys wish to, you may submit your own tracks. If you guys are musicians. If you guys are not musicians, well, welcome anyways. I hope that I make it really easy and eloquent for you guys to understand, you know, where these musicians are coming from and what kind of, you know, how they're making their music, any type of feedback that we give each other, you know, give you a little bit of insight in how we do things over here. So, I keep saying your name wrong, don't I? We got, and now it's again has a reverb. Bloody hell, there's reverb on my voice. There we go. That just turned it off, didn't it? Alright, here we go. Okay, that should be fine. Bloody friggin' hell. Alright, let's take a look. Thank you guys so much for hopping in, and we will play very shortly. Just need to pour the rest of this out. Don't worry, I don't wear a vest and beat women. Cheers, guys. All right. Here we go. Wow, that started working. Your song fixed my player.
Blinded by the words that you sold and you said, let you get too close, now you stuck in my head. How can you just leave, let me go and forget? Think about the words that you said you never meant. All the lies you told just because of your friends, to figure out they all was fake in the end. I told you not to worry to not cause any stress. As pretty as you
flow-
are, girl, you make what a mess.
Sorry to pause this, but this flow is so beautiful. Oh, da da ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da da. Oh my god! But homie, please reduce the retune speed on that autotune. Why do people put so much autotune on such beautiful vocals? Stop it! Stop it! It's not helping. Just keep it. It's natural. It's beautiful. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm so sorry for pausing. This is gorgeous. Is that autotune? I'll tell you about autotune in a little bit, right? And for anyone who's not a musician, we'll go over what the hell retune speed even means, right? It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Because of your friends
I
to
got you.
figure out they all was fake in the end. I told you not to worry, to not cause any stress. As pretty as you are, girl, you make what a mess. Cause I did everything. Girl, I did everything for you, just to make you happy. Girl, put a smile on your face, that's all I wanted to do. Girl, don't run, let's have fun. They think that we can't be in love because we're young, but I'll do anything to prove them wrong if you the one. Cause I don't want these girls, they too hungover after sun. It's nothing and we just begun. I'm not over you. Yeah, don't you forget the things that I did for you. Every time you needed me, girl, I was there in two. Got your body on my body, sticking like it's glue. Girl, don't you just act a fool. Made me feel away, don't know what it was, girl. All the memories and all the active love, girl. Gave you all I had, but was it good enough? Said you the only one I loved that showed you what it was. Blinded by the words that you sold and you said. Let you get too close, now you stuck in my head. How can you just leave, let me go and forget? Think about the words that you said you never meant. All the lies you told just because of your friends. To figure out they all was fake in the end. I told you not to worry, to not cause any stress. As pretty as you are, girl, you make what a mess.
Bless. That is gorgeous. Absolutely incredible. Tay Shiesty. Hell yeah. I love this. Really, really pretty. Can you play the beginning? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's play the beginning again. What's going on? The vocalist did a great job. This vocalist is actually really good. Like, I like the vocalist. There's a few things that I can say in order to help you out. Just a tad bit, Mr. 15-year-old, who says, I am a 15-year-old artist trying to make a name. Well, first thing, I'm going to help you make a name in the next couple of seconds, right? What you got to do is you... Oh boy, I got a sub for saying that. I hope, I'm gonna disappoint so hard with this joke. What you do is you, oh god, that broke. Okay, what we do is if you want to make a name, you go on name generator, and then you just get a quick name. There you go. There, see? What a Imran Ross, Terrence Nelson. Here's a couple here's a couple of names you can make. You know, easy. You can even get Kirsty Mathis and get Kerr and Lias. So you can Curlius. Cool ways to make a name. Okay, no, I'm kidding. All right, I know what you mean. I know. I'm just playing. This is such a bad joke, but I will stop joking around. I'll tell you some real talk, right? So in regards to the track that you've got so far, I think it's friggin' lovely, but there's a few places you can improve. I'm assuming you're the producer, not the artist. But as a producer, it's still your job to ensure that artists are getting the job done, right? So when I listened to the track, what I got was you had let me just paste this here. This is a rough arrangement. I don't know what's going on, right? I'm just gonna do this over here. So I'm assuming you have like a little bit of a. I'm gonna use red, so I feel like a teacher. Huh? Uh, all right. I'm the producer and artist. Wait, you sang this shit? And you wrote it too. That's incredible. That's incredible. But if you're gonna do this, first of all, you need to know one thing that's really important, right? If you're the guy who wrote this and stuff, you need to know one really important thing before anything else I say. You're on the right path. What you're doing is good. You didn't fuck up. This is really good. Good job. You're on the right path. Now move forward. And I'll tell you exactly how to do that. So you have these vocals, and I'm going to tell people about what retune speed is when it comes to vocals, right? So let me head back into my DAW real quick because before I do all that stuff. So if I have an auto-tune effect, right? Let's say, for example, I love using Waves Tune because, you know, it's just something that I'm so familiar with, right? Waves Tune. I can't even tell where the damn things are. I got so many plugins. Extra. Where the hell's Pentatonic? I don't know how I sound because I can't hear myself through here. But if I start to speak like, wow, you know, that is like crazy routines. I'm not sure if you guys hear wow. Like, wow. I'm not sure if it's sounding auto-tuned to you guys because I genuinely cannot hear what the hell's happening with this. But that's retune speeds, right? What you can do is you can turn that shit a little bit down. So now, whoa! Or maybe a little bit slower, whoa! You know? So the point of this that I'm showing you is, my man will check in a couple of minutes. Yeah, exactly. Vantadon. Vantadom. Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much for saying that. And I'm going to tell you why it's important you acknowledge it. Because listen to his voice, right? I'm going to show you what the hell was going on. So, this guy has a beautiful voice. You can hear his voice, right? But then take a look at what happens. Is it necessary to go? Why can't it just like go? Let that vibrato happen. Let all them vibes come through, my homie. You know, you can use Melodyne. Use Melodyne instead. All right, come back next stream, or if you could, yeah, whatever. Come back next stream, and then send me one without whatever. Welcome, DJ Chicken Boy UK. You're also from the UK. It's a pleasure to have you, Mr. Man. I hope, and I'm really excited to see what track you submitted. So I'm just gonna going over this one little bit of feedback, and then after we'll keep going. I'm not gonna open Ableton because we've got to be quick, right?
Gave you all I have, let me go.
First, think about ad-libs, right? So, not you, Vantadom. I'm talking about DJ Chicken Boy. The guy has UK in his name, bruv. But anyways, love German products, man. You guys are cool. Where'd you send though? Haha. Where do you send though? Oh, my bad. I will send you the link right now, my guy. You can submit your track over here, and yeah. We'll take a look at it. All right, so Mr. or Mrs. Or whatever, Tay Shiesty. We're gonna take a Mr. probably. I don't know, but vocals. Right, real quick, vocals. I'm just gonna make this font thicker. Font. How do you make shit thick on Paint? Let's do this. Okay. So we have vocals. There's a lot of things that go into vocals now, don't they? Let me get that music back so it doesn't sound like I'm being a loser. Let's see. There we go. All right, so vocals. The funniest thing is I'm from India and it's 1 a.m. So you have your lead vocals or your, soloist, right? If you're being a little ensemble fancy, oh, so a soloist is really important for your vocals, right? Then you have your, what do you call it? Doubles. And by doubles, I mean, this is an optional one. You don't have to do doubles right on, but you can do, as 50 Cent did in like 90% of his music. Well, not 90%. That's a lie. No, whatever. You have your leads, you have your L's, you have your R's. You pan these ones. You're talking about harmonies here, right? So let's turn this down. Oh god, I need more space. What's annoying is that like this is actually already on my Ableton, so I could show you. So you have your lead, which is in the center, right? Then you have your harmonies, which are gonna go a little bit like so. LR by, let's say 12. Then you have another one which is around 25. Then you have another one which is around 49 or like 47 or 45, whatever you want to call it, around 45 to 49 should be okay. 48, whatever, right? So you have your LR again. So these are your harmonies or your ensemble layer, right? Ensemble layer, right? Cool. You can do this. Anyone can do this. It's not hard. Anyone can do it, right? You just sing the one thing, that same thing that you sang over here. You sing into this one over here as well, right? Then after that, you have another one, which is going to be like whatever, and you sing that exact same thing onto this one over here. And essentially what you're doing is you're building harmony layers, like chordal layers. You don't have to do it in every single, throughout the entire track, but let's say you do have a track, you can have like, all of these coming up for the chorus. Alternatively, let's say you have a chorus, which is like this, right? And you have like a kind of repetition of the chorus. You can have the harmony layer going over here and the soloist being here and the soloist being here too. Then you have the same thing over here as it is, right? But then you also add these layers in to add a bit of energy. You can do that. So that's one thing. Then you also have your ad-libs, right? That's another thing. Then you have your reverb layer. You can add, you can sing into a lot of reverb in order to create that ambience and all that shizzles or whatever. And so that, what you can do for this is before the reverb, you can add autotune, which goes before the reverb. And that is going to be mixed at 100%. And that is going to go into the rest of your track. You'll just gain stage it or fade it in. You can do a lot of crap. Like seriously, with vocals, give it a freaking shot, homie. I swear, you are way smarter than this. I think you're going to be able to do this. And also, homie, I will tell you another thing. I'll tell you a sexy thing. You're trying to be sexy here, aren't you? Let's get that sex appeal up. What we're going to do in order to get that sex appeal up is during the final chorus, right? You have a chorus, which is fine, whatever. Same thing that we did over here. Same thing is over here. But we're going to increase the sex appeal by creating a super chorus. This is what the ladies like. So what you want to do is over here, you have your solo. You have your L, R, L, R, L, R, whatever, right? And then you also, another thing that I like to do, actually I did not mention this one, could also have a centered lower octave vocal over here. So you can have a low octave here as well. So what you can do, you can have like this, or you can even do that. Kill the low octave during the second part of the chorus and then just lift it all up with these high harmonies coming through here. Oh, another thing you can do is what do you call it? Super chorus. You have a solo. That's cool. Now you know how you did this thing over here and this thing over here, but then you did like B melodies over here, B melodies over here, C melodies over here, C melodies over here, and then you did your low melody over here. You know how you did all that crap, like for this section you did that for the whole thing, for the whole thing, for the whole thing, for the whole thing, but then in this one you only did it for this and that, whatever. How about this? For the super chorus, copy and paste this area into the super chorus, right? So you have that beautiful freaking stuff, all of it through, but your soloist is now doing harmony, not harmonies, but runs. Like, you know, if you do have a, what is your thing? Let's see what you got going on. Sorry if I'm not answering questions right now, chat. I'll be right there with you.
All the memories and let you get too close, now you stuck in my blinded by the words that you sold and
you can even get the soloist and put him down a little bit lower in the volume, right? And then go, I don't know what your lyrics are, I'm not gonna.
Blinded by the words that you sold and you said, let you get too close, now you stuck in my head. How can you just leave, let me go and forget? Think about the words that you said you never meant. Blinded by the words that you sold and you said, let you get too close, now you stuck in my head. How can you just leave, let me go and forget? Think about the words that you said you never meant.
So, take a listen to that song by what's her name? Zara Larsson and that other guy. I think he's you know, whatever, that other guy, MB whatever, something like that. And listen to the end. I will never forget you, and he's doing all these like runs and stuff. That's how you add that little R&B vibe. That's a really contemporary R&B stuff. All right, so that is over here. Let's take a look at the next stuff that we've got going on. I think I've got DJ Chicken and stuff like that. Let me see. Let me answer these dear. Working on my own. Can you play the beginning? We've done that. I got my own sound right. I need some feedback. How can I submit? Or I'm talking about getting my name out there. Yeah. I do all my tracks and stuff. Too much retune. Keep it natural. Yeah, keep it natural, my brother. My man, I'll check it out in a minute. Please wait a couple of minutes. I'm planning on T-Pain. Yeah, it's rather painful. His voice is beautiful. Absolutely. It's less retune time. We all agree. Welcome from Germany. What do you send? He sent you that. Sorry, I haven't taken a minute. Just let me go through these. What is this link that take you? Seems a bit sketchy. That. Oh, the link is just gonna go like to the Google Forms. That's where it takes you. The non-funny thing of India. Welcome from India. SoundCloud. Do you have a PhD in music? How do you know everything about music? I don't have a PhD in music, bro. I only know this stuff because like no one else could help me with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a singer-songwriter. Like that's all I want to do. I know that like production stuff because I couldn't find a producer. You know, and I don't know where to get a producer. I mean, I know a lot of producers now, but I don't know. For some reason, we just don't share the same kind of process, which is all good. And we're great friends, and I still think of them as like some of the best producers that I know. But personally, I don't know. I think if it's a collaboration, that'd be one thing. I think producers now are trying to be more artists than producers. So, you know, it's like, well, if they want their space, they should have it. But I'm trying to step into a territory where me coming through as an artist is represented, you know? So I get to work on music, you know, on my own. And when people can't do it, like what I need them to do, you know, why spend 30 minutes trying to tell someone how to, you know, get a wavetable to do work in the way you need them to, when you could just learn the damn thing yourself. That's why I know all of this stuff. It's not like I'm, you know, PhD. I'm not even that expert. Like I just know stuff to get the job done, you know. That's all I care about. Shit, you just helped out with that. I would have problems. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. You sound out. This has helped me so much. What should I learn to learn as much more knowledge? To answer that question, if you want to have like whatever knowledge that I have, just do it yourself. You know, like I did not want to learn when I was young. All I really wanted to do was be a guitarist. And the reason why is because I was promised drugs, sex, and alcohol. But the thing is that in order to be a lead guitarist and all that stuff, all these people, there was no one around me that really played music. You know, like no one really did all that stuff. Like my environment's not really musical. So I had to teach people how to play like certain instruments or like, the compositions that I would write and whatever. And and in order to teach people how to like do things on drums or guitar or bass or whatever or piano, I would have to freaking go and learn the damn thing so I could show it. Like, oh yeah, do it like this and that, so that I can show it like that. Then I realized that learning all these instruments, learning whatever to get the band and the dream that I want, of all that stuff, it was a little heavy. It was a lot of, I mean, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. I learned quite a few awesome things. But after the whole band situation, there was a little bit of difficulty, right? Because a band's a band, and eventually we all started to head off into our different ways. So now when you don't have a band, what do? You start making music in a way that shouldn't need a band, or you know whatever, or you start getting into production, right? Because now you want to be able to play those parts and then place them into some form of a medium, so you start doing that. But the thing is, there were no producers around me. There was like literally zero producers back in my time when I was doing this stuff. So I picked up a copy of FL Studio and just started learning. Eventually I switched out of FL. I went into Reaper and Cubase and stuff like that, and then I kind of landed on Ableton. Then from Ableton I went to Pro Tools, and from Pro Tools I went back to Cubase and all that bullshit. Sampling is just the same as like learning an instrument. If that's what you want to do because you're trying to appeal to a certain type of tone and whatever, go for it. You're gonna need a bit of practice. Um, I will say that the fastest way to improve on production that I did not use, but if it was up to me and I knew old Vich, like young Vichy, if I could go up to him, I would say the fastest way to learn production and the trick to that is literally just let me ask you guys a question. How do guitarists and pianists and all that stuff learn their instruments? What is the first thing they do? They do covers, don't they? They do covers. They don't immediately start writing songs. They like, oh, a guitar. No. They learn a song that they like. Do the same thing with your production work. This is what I would have done if I had the idea, or if I had the common sense for it back then, but I was so dumb back then, so I didn't even pick this up. You can definitely just find a song that you like and repaint this arrangement in your DAW, and you'll have an incredible time with it. It'll be so much easier. I shit you not. Like, you will learn production like this, like so quickly. Do 3 production covers, you're gonna be freaking mind blown at how good you've gotten with arrangement. So go for that. Anyways, let's take a look. I think I'm in the same situation. I'm 18. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you learn by doing, man. You learn by doing. And kind of having resentment towards other people's adequacy, but that's fine too. Let's take a look at incompetence, I mean. There we go. Alright. Ventadom. Yo, wasn't there this guy called UK something over here earlier on? Didn't he want to upload a track too? Yo, DJ Chicken Boy, you still here? I'll play a track after this one, if you're still here. Let's see. And this is the link over here. Alright. Just downloading. What is this called? Mastering. Bless. See, what you want me to do is you want me to play your track back, and then... Oh, you just said much love. Bless you. Holy crap! Yo! What is this waveform? I feel like I'm in IKEA, bro. Are we in IKEA again? Are these tabletops from IKEA? There's so many. We must be in IKEA. There's so many tabletops. That's a whole dinner table right here. We've got, what? Like, Oh my god. I'm gonna keep that at a relatively low. It's a demo fast compression. Yeah, no problem. I'm just playing with you. All right, let's take a look. All right, let's see what this is. Here we go, folks.
I got pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell.
Okay. Nice.
I got pretty like a girl,
A little bit of.
and he got 5 stories to tell. I got pretty like a girl.
Oh, there's gunshots.
I got pretty like a girl.
Just say a good beat would have been good in those areas. But you changed the arrangement up. Okay, I would assume the song's done here.
I got pretty like a girl.
It's like some strange ass freaking
I got pretty like a
horror orgy music.
I got pretty
Alright.
like a girl.
This is what you need after your weed.
I got pretty like a girl.
That's quite a trip, homie. Well, I'll say that your key weakness is your key. Like, try getting something in key. Like, know what that is. You know what I mean? Take a look at the circle of fifths. I'll clear that up. All right. So what you want to do, homie? Take a look at a thing called the circle of fifths. It's not hard, right? Circle of. Oh, that's something else. Con Nacho. All right. Circle of. You know what? I'm gonna show you how easy it is. Right. It's a minor. Okay, so you know what you're doing. I hope so, but in all honesty, it feels off. Is it just me, or does that feel a little off? If oh, it's intentional. You want it to be like weird. Oh, you put a double chorus. Okay, now makes sense. That makes sense. Let's go back. Let's go back and let's see what's going on.
I got pretty like.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Every note that you're pressing is within. No, you're wrong. Hold on. That is not in the key of A minor. I know what you're. No. Check again. I just checked the note. You can't fool me. My time is not now, but actually gonna end in about 7 minutes. Yeah, check your synths. I think what happens is a lot of the times when like if it's like just one synth like Serum or something, you have like two different wavetables. One's gonna be pitched to like 7 semitones up or 5 whatever, like 5 semitones down to get a fifth, and then what ends up happening is that fifth, if you're hitting a certain note, might not necessarily be in the same key or note, whatever. But if that's what you're going for, then more power to you, Mr. Man. I'm proud of you. I mean, this is a hell of a loud mix. Holy shit. This is at like negative 15 LUFS roughly that I'm playing it at. So the fact that you got it that loud is impressive. That's impressive. The demo mix. I had to turn it down after it's already been turned down. Holy crap. Yeah. But other than that, I like it. What are you doing? Okay. AFFECCB. A F F E C. You know what's funny? You're saying B, but there isn't a. I don't see a B in the A minor scale apart, like, unless it's like diminished or something. Let me see. I have this app on my phone, which really helps me. It's called the Circle of Fifths app. It's like it's friggin' fire. Let me show you guys what it looks like. It's this thing over here. This is so incredible. The B is a 7 on the no. It's a second interval. Okay, fair enough. Alright. So I guess that's that one. Good job. I mean, do you want me to take a look at any other part of it? Is there something in specific you had in mind that you wanted me to take a look at? Or like it's pretty cool. I think it's hella creepy. It's definitely very creepy. My advice is to take a look at the reverbs a little bit. You have reverbs on some things and you don't have reverbs on other things, which is make a reverb bus. I'm assuming you're using FL Studio if you're making something like this. Then in that case, have like a send and have reverb on that. And basically like you're using Ableton. Even easier then. Alright, well in that case, just use a return track for the reverbs and just mildly route things into it. Would have made sense, of course. Jeez, only Ableton users are this creepy. Jesus Christ. Speaking of that, let me open up your track on My Door. Which is also Ableton. I never said I wasn't creepy. Alright, let's see. What do we have here?
I got pretty like a girl.
Drum. Size the volume. Okay. I just find it interesting, right? That I would say that like if your entire mix was a bit more like active in the side range, I think you would have a lot more fun. Like Like, you have a bit more fun if you're like... Don't just add this to your master, by the way. Do it within each instrument. You see how you can get some of the snares to come through. You can see like these critical points, you know, that you can find the timbre. Whenever you're doing EQing like this, find the timbre, like the region of that timbre that is the most spiciest that you want to bring up. Because you saw me do it, right? When I was dragging this thing over here to the left, and I heard it sounding a bit weird, I was, ugh! You saw that. Okay. That came, and I immediately retreated. I did not like that. I immediately just left it. So take a listen. You'll find it. Just like, you know, use some shelves, use some bells, use whatever. There's only a couple of types of freaking, you know, things you can use on, like an EQ, right? I mean, there's the shelves and bells, and there's cutoffs. There's obviously like a bunch more stuff. Like we can see it right here, like shelves and whatever. But like, these are like the main fundamental easy ones. You see, your hi-hats over here are like really, but like your snares like, there's a little bit of like reverb emulation. What if there's a little bit of reverb on those bloody hats? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like if you have just a little bit of that, like let me test it out on something, right? Because I don't think there's anyone else in the stream apart from you right now. Oh wait, there's 4 people, and I don't think there's anyone else who's sent a link at least. And since we're pretty much ending, I may as well just go for it. All right, you know what? You're right at the end. So what I'll do is I'll go into a little bit of detail of what you can do, right? Let's take a look at Ozone mastering plugin real quick. What was that? Master rebalance. I'm just gonna use this real quick, just to it's gonna make me look like such an asshole, but let's give it a shot. So we have a bass over here, and the other one we're gonna duplicate this. Wait, hold on. You shouldn't do it like this, by the way. This put reverb on the snare, put glue. No, not necessarily on this. You could put it on. Oh my god. Okay, I have to show you. All right. Sorry if I'm being give me a second. All right, let me. Okay, so let me tell you. Like, you want to use it for gluing. Where is it? All right, fine. We'll do this then. We'll do this. Okay, we got drum, delta. All right, cool. Yeah, okay, I can't split these stems too well, unfortunately. So you know what we're just gonna do? Let me first minimize this notepad. So no true reverb. Let me see what you wrote. Put the reverb on the snare, put glue compressor on it, reverb threshold down, make up for it's emulate and reverb, but cut it instantly away. Put so no true reverb. No, okay, so brother, let me make this a bit clearer. Say you have like let's say you have a kick and a snare and hats and all that stuff. you want to have like a separate reverb that it goes to. So for example, let's say you have, let me create a new return track. All right, in this return track, I will put like a reverb, right? Reverb, just random for now. But what I will do is I will route a little bit of the kicks reverb into it, a little bit of the snares, a little bit of like the hats, you know? Because if everything is I would do it, but you wouldn't be able to hear it because I'm having to use a send based system, which is quite frustrating, right? But so imagine for a second, right? We have a bit of reverb and we only put it in your hats, right? Let's see what happens, right? I mean, I'll just put this one for now. Oh wait, shoot, I picked the wrong one. Okay, that's too much. I know. But what if we did a multi-band thing? Like all right. So this is what the signal actually sounds like, right? Fine. Now, we're going to change the room to be the size that you're trying to emulate. This is a creep person's track, so we're going to try to... where do creepy people live? They live in small locations like bathrooms. Here we go. Germany? I just stretched. Oh, homie, no. Oh, no. You're freaking awesome. I love it. So you removed the room size a little bit, reduced it. There we go. Now let's put it down to 0. We can also change the convolution. I mean, I'm using that, but let's go algorithmic for now, just because. Put it for the reverb. You see, it's such a tiny little change, but that tiny little change is basically like it's such a tiny change. It's one that you feel more than you hear, but it makes such a huge difference. Because without it, you know there's something jarring that's missing. You know what I mean? You need a bit of reverb. Like, I always tell people this same analogy, right? Imagine you're in a cave, right? You're in a cave, and across the cave, you hear your buddy. And they're like, oh, yeah, hello, how you doing? And you can hear them echoing and everything. It's lovely. Then you have a buddy that's next to you, and you hear them speak. They're not echoing as crazy anymore, but like that you can still hear quite a bit of echoes because they're right there. Even if they're standing right in front of you, you can hear the echoes coming from the hall. So, no matter what, you're gonna hear echoes. But now imagine if all of a sudden, somehow, you hear an extremely dry voice right next to your right ear going, Wraith, or something weird like, yo, completely dry. It's like dry as hell. Now your brain is a little bit confused because it's like, yo, where the fuck am I? It's not even about who said that. It's about where I am. Now I'm even extra confused. It's because hearing is how you look around you, right? Your ears tell you to look left or to look right or to look up or look down. That's what your ears are for. But when you have no indication of where to look because from your ears, meaning you don't have reflections, then you're going to get a little bit of a jarring result, which is not going to sound natural or good or comfortable, even to you, right? So yeah, definitely. Also, Vantadom, are you in the Discord server by any chance? You know, you're encouraged to join if you'd like. I'm in there working all half the time. I also know another buddy from Germany. I mean, his name's Ferd. He's a really cool dude. Maybe you guys can meet. The lyrics tutorial. Oh shoot, I was gonna stop the stream. Okay, well I guess I did say that I was gonna do a lyrics tutorial, and Yashu's been waiting this whole time. Is it okay? If I just go for a smoke first, right? I'll just have a cigarette, come back. Hopefully that should give me enough energy to come up with. Oh, another time is okay. Oh, bless. Yeah, definitely. That would make this whole evening so much easier. Feel encouraged to join the Discord server. I'm always there. If not, then ping me. My tag is really simple. You'll find me on top of the owners thing. It's right there. Yeah, it's 1:40 a.m. Dude. So jao. Go to freaking bed, bro. You're in India. 1:40 a.m. That's ridiculous. What are you doing, homie? Oh, you're here watching the stream. Thank you so much, dude. That is so awesome. I'm glad you're here, and yeah. We'll have a good time. You'll see me around in the Discord a lot. We're gonna try doing these streams more often. Well, there's a plenty more where that came from. All right. Well, I didn't really